Hi there. Welcome back to Stories Shorten the Road. I have another one for you today, reasonably short, for pretty much any age. And I first heard it told when I was a teacher in an elementary school, and I was getting to know the teacher librarian there. And I took my class, and instead of her reading them a book, she told them a story. And this was one of the ones she told. And then we since became friends. And she was a wonderful storyteller. Her name was Joyce Birch, and she's no longer with us. But I learned a lot from her, and she had such gusto, and it was like she liked the stories so much she could have eaten them. So here's one. And it probably comes from somewhere in the Caribbean. Joyce wasn't sure, but there's many versions of it, and I think this version probably came from the Caribbean. It's a story of a young girl who lives with her mother at the edge of the jungle. And there's a road that goes past their place. They have a little garden with a fence around it. And at the end of the road is the village. But you can't really see it. It's beyond the bend in the road. And the mother always says to the little girl, if you go out to play, don't go into the jungle, or the Gunni wolf will get you. And the little girl always promised her mother, I won't, mother. I won't go into the jungle. I'll stay on the path, and I'll stay on the road. Now, one day, her mother said she would go into town and get some of the wonderful, well, it was like a baguette, like a fancy roll with icing on it. Fresh made that day. She would bring back a bag. And before she left, she said to her daughter, remember, you can play in the yard, but don't go into the jungle or the Gunni wolf will get you. And the girl promised, I won't, mother, I won't. And she went to the edge of the garden where the gate was and said goodbye to her mom and watched her as she walked down the road until she disappeared in the bend in the road. And she was going to turn around and go back into the yard, the garden, and play. But out of the corner of her eye, she saw white flowers growing at the edge of the jungle. Oh, my mother loves white flowers. I'm just going to pick a few of those white flowers for her. And she bent down at the edge of the jungle, and she started picking the white flowers and singing to herself, come see, come saw, come see, come saw. Now, she had every intention of opening the gate and going back into the garden. But out of the corner of her eye, just a little deeper into the forest, into the jungle, blue flowers. Well, but my mother loves blue. I'll just pick a few blue flowers and then I'll go right home. And further into the jungle she went. Come see, come saw, come see, come saw. And she was ready to turn around and go home. Now you can hear my dog in the background. Yeah, she wants to go in a particular door, but she can't. Anyways, she was going to go around and go home. But out of the corner of her eye, deeper in the jungle, she saw red flowers. But my mom likes red too. I'll just pick some red flowers. And she went deeper into the jungle, and she sang as she picked the flowers, come see, come saw, come see, come saw. And now if she were to turn around and look behind her, she would only see jungle. She would not even see her house and garden. But she knew the way home. But out of the corner of her eye, deeper in the jungle, she saw yellow flowers. Oh, they're so beautiful. My mother loves yellow. She loves yellow, she loves red, she loves blue, she loves white. I'm going to pick some of those yellow flowers. Come see, come saw, come see, come saw. And now she knew she had to go home. But then they saw purple flowers. They were deep and dark and beautiful. And she went further into the jungle and she bent to pick them and she sang, come see, come saw. And as she was picking the purple flowers, up jumped the Gunni wolf. Little girl, he said to her, sing that good and sweet and song for me again. Okay. Come see, come saw, come see, come saw, come see, come saw. And as she sang, the wolf sank down to the ground and fell fast asleep. And so she ran. She ran as fast as she could. But the wolf woke up, hunker-chaw, 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 and chased after her. And she ran, pat, 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 pat. And he grabbed her again and he said, little girl, why'd you stop singing that song? Sing it again. Come see, come saw, come see, come saw, come see, come saw. And the wolf fell asleep again. And she ran, pat, 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 pat. And the wolf woke up and he ran after her, hunker-chaw, 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 hunker-chaw. And he grabbed her. Little girl, keep on singing that song for me. And she did. Come see, come saw, come see, come saw. And when she looked, she could see the edge of the jungle. And she sang, come see, come saw. And she watched while the wolf sank to the ground and fell into a deep sleep. And she ran for her life. And the wolf chased after her, hunker-chaw, 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 hunker-chaw. But he couldn't grab her because she crossed the road and she opened the fence and she went into her yard and she closed the fence and she ran into her house and she closed the door. She sat down in one of the chairs in her living room. And when she looked at her hand, there was no purple flowers, no yellow flowers, no red flowers, no blue flowers, just a few white flowers left. And around that time, her mother came home with a bag of beignets. Oh, they smelled good. And the first thing she said to her daughter was, did you go into the jungle while I was gone? Now, what do you think the daughter said? Did she say, yes, mother, I did, and here's some white flowers for you? Or did she say, oh, no, I didn't go there? You can decide what she said. And the next time you go to a French pastry shop, and I know in Winnipeg there's at least 2 of them, see if they have some beignets. Oh, they're good. And let me know what you think that little girl would have said to her mother. And come back anytime. My website is just my name, marylouisechown.com, and you'll find all the stories from this series called Stories Shorten the Road. And it's to help people just do something different while we're waiting for the pandemic to be over and waiting to get our vaccinations. So I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.